Coach Wick. Okay. First award we'll do is the most improved. This award for both teams is the Andrew Rutolo Memorial Award, in memory of the captain of the 1970 Boys State Championship team. Andrew improved dramatically every year before earning All-American honors as a teenager. The recipient for the boys this year has shown continuous improvement ever since his freshman year. He always showed a desire to succeed, but it was not until his junior year that he was able to assert himself and establish his role. From that time forward, he became a fixture in the lineup. At CBA this year, he was tasked with making the 500 to breaststroke transition, no easy feat, and in doing so helped seal the victory in that event. Ultimately, he made an impact for the team at counties and then eventually swung out to be the champions. Things he may not have thought were possible 3 years earlier. His maturation and his willingness to do whatever he can for the team are the same way Andrew Rutolo developed during his high school career. This year's boys recipient of the Andrew Rutolo Memorial Award is Jack Evans. Our girls most improved. This year's award winner started out in the lineup and then moved to other events. And then when we needed her the most, she swam, performed her best time, and as I look back at the times, she started out in the 100 back at a 109.5, and then ended in February, a couple months later, with a 103.5. Just an amazing drop. This year's most improved goes to Ireland Appleton. The next award we'll do is the Spirit Award. For the boys, it's the Pete Catanzaro Memorial Award in memory of the captain of the 1993 boys swim team. A 3-year standout, Pete was unable to compete his senior year due to an injury. But that didn't stop him from leading all the cheers, including his famous bonsai cheer, as he paced around the pool deck. Pete still ranks on the top 15 list in the 200 and the 500 freestyle. The boys team recipient this year had a passionate spirit unlike any other. He constantly worked to contribute where he could. If it was not in the water, it was leading a cheer or simply keeping everyone loose with his humor. His love of his team made him an easy choice for the Pete Catanzaro Memorial Award. He always could be seen cheering on his teammates, and he always had a positive attitude. It's the same spirit and passion that he sings with every day, which is why he's seen huge drops in time since his freshman year. We're extremely proud of him, and we know he'll bring the same spirit and fire back to the pool deck next year. This year's recipient of the Pete Catanzaro Memorial Award is Alex King.
Megan Beck Memorial Award goes to Emma Collins.
The next award is going to be the Newcomer Award. This award for both teams is the Bruce Johnson Non-Memorial Award in honor of the Hall of Fame boys swim coach who retired in 2007. In 13 years, his teams went 161, 50, and 1, winning 12 county, 10 sectional, and 6 state championships. Formerly known as the High School Only Award, due to Mr. Johnson's love of high school only swimmers, it was renamed this year. The young man who is this year's recipient of the Bruce Johnson Award was a huge part of the team's success. He came to us after spending the last 2 years swimming elsewhere. Their loss was clearly our gain as he started to contribute from day one. We had heard he had some potential, but it was apparent early that he was going to be a mainstay in our lineup, and he's become a crucial part of the team's depth and versatility. A hard worker in practice, he would go on to make both the county and meet champion squads. Now a member of the top 15 list in the 200 free relay, this young man is very deserving of this recognition, and we look forward to him continuing his development, as it will be a vital part of our success next year. This year's recipient of the Bruce Johnson Award is Connor Hepburn.
On the girls' side, the Newcomer Award probably racked through my head maybe at least 50 to 60 times, and every time I would think about my options, kept saying, yeah, that's a great option. And so I said, well, why do I have to choose one? Why can't I choose two? That's right, I did that. So we have two Newcomer Awards. Abby McKinney. And Mary Webb.
Next up is the Coaches Award. For the guys, it's the Charles Gantner Memorial Coaches Award in memory of the Hall of Fame boys swim coach. Mr. Gantner coached the boys from 1968 through 1976. His teams had 82 wins and 25 losses in 9 years. His teams won 9 county and 4 state championships and produced dozens of All-Americans. This year's recipient of the Charles Gantner Memorial Coaches Award was someone that has become a team-first guy. You always knew you were going to get his best effort in every meet. However, his growth and maturity showed as the years passed, and he would basically say, put me in wherever you need. He clearly understood that it was about doing what was best for the team. In the end, as we look back on his 4 years, he was Mr. Consistent. 4 years of big swims, 4 years of major contributions, 4 years of swimming through pain or whatever life threw his way. His selflessness and growth and maturity make it an easy choice for the Coaches Award because it's exactly what every coach hopes to get from an athlete. This year's recipient for the Charles Gantner Memorial Coaches Award is David Lindros.
is a swimmer that comes in every day, trains her hardest, and no matter how difficult the set, she's always smiling. A great attitude, constant effort. This award goes to Amelia McCormick.
Coach asked me, are we done yet? We still got 2 more to go.
And then we got a whole slideshow.
Next award is the Daniel Nichols Award. This is an award for both teams in Daniel Nichols' memory. Given for that, he was the 1961 captain of the boys state championship team. Danny was a 2-time state champion and a standout at Indiana University before being killed in action in Vietnam in May of 1969. The award has been given out since to the swimmer or swimmers who displayed Dan's humility, dedication, sportsmanship, and leadership. And for many, this is really one of the most, if not the most prestigious of all awards. The young man who deserves this award has consistently been a vital contributor to this team. He has always done what is best for the team, both in and out of the water. When the lineup would be switched around, he would never say a word. He just gave his all in whatever he was swimming. You could always bank on him having a smile on his face and trying his best. He would never brag about a swim if he had done better than somebody else. Instead, he was often his harshest critic, expecting more of himself. He epitomized the humility and sportsmanship most often associated with Danny Nichols. He is an all-American kid. He's the all-American kid next door that is nice to everyone, almost always has a smile on his face, and is a self-motivated high achiever. He is one of the best swimmers to call himself a Blue Devil, and he leaves an accomplished record. These, along with many other reasons, made him an easy choice for the Danny Nichols Award. He is someone that I am extremely proud of, and it has been an honor watching him grow into the fine young man he is today. This year's Danny Nichols Memorial Award recipient from the guys' team is Griff Morgan.
And on the girls' side, this year's award goes to Emily Austin.
Award for the boys, the Matt Cahill Memorial Award. For the former boy swimmer who was a high school only swimmer, but was a major contributor both in and out of the pool. He was a member of the class of 2000 state championship team, and in many regards epitomized its workman's mentality. Underdogs to say the least, they shocked the New Jersey swimming world that year. This award is for a boy swimmer only, and it comes with a $1,500 scholarship donated by the Cahill family, as well as a name tag that will be attached to the plaque that is on display here in high school. This year's recipient of the Matt Cahill Award, in many regards, epitomizes the behind-the-scenes type of behavior and contributions that Matt is remembered for. He was a contributor early on, but was never necessarily in the limelight for his contributions. He always seemed capable of stepping up in the big spots when needed it most. His laissez-faire attitude and the unassuming nature masked his inner competitiveness. As time went on, his role expanded, and even though he was often tasked with swims that left him with little rest, he never complained and just went out and gave it his all. He finishes number 8 in the breaststroke on the top 15 list, and number 14 in the medley relay. And having placed at counties and swam at the Meet of Champions, he's a fantastic young man that I hope continues to find success in all his pursuits. It is with great joy I can announce that this year's Matt Cahill Memorial Award recipient is Stefan.
There's actually one more award to give. This year I've decided to add a High Point Award for the team. This year's recipient goes to Keely Thompson.
All right, Keely.
We now move on to the season highlights and the videos, and I ask the captains of the boys and girls teams to come up.
Team recognitions. So this season we had a record of 10-5 with great meets against Scotch Plains, Trinity Hall, Summit, and Cranford. And we placed second in the Union County Championship and our sectional semi-final champions. We also broke 4,000 PowerPoints, which we were unable to do last year, and we broke it by almost 100 points, so that means we're faster than last year, which is good. And we had 7 top 5 finishes at counties, qualified for 6 events at the MENA Champions, and placed top 16 in both 2 free and 4 free relay at MENA Champions.
And lastly, we had 5 times added to the top 15 list, and an additional 3 in the top 20. We had 1 swimmer become the All-State Athlete of the Week, and we would like to congratulate Mr. Whittington on such an amazing first season and hopefully many more to come. And then we have a few people that we would like to acknowledge and thank, who helped make our season just so much greater and so much easier. So that is, and when we call you, you can come up. So Mrs. Penn and Mr. Moore for videography.
Yes.
And Mrs. Maloney for photography. And lastly, Mrs. Daniel for the timing system and just for making the meets run so smoothly.
Last season we passed, we finished number 1, we were undefeated, we won the state championship. So we started off this year with a lot of expectations, and we started off as number 2 in the state. And we kicked off the year beating perennial rivals Scotch Plains and had a really close, good meet with Bridgewater Raritan. So that left us ranked number 1 heading into the holiday break. So during the holiday break, we trained really hard, a lot of intense practices, And there's really one thing on the team's mind, which was beating CBA. We did it the year previous, but a lot of people said it was like a fluke, caught them off guard, but this year we wanted to prove that we could beat them. We had our work cut out for us. We faced them at home, and in a display of strength and speed and depth, we managed to trounce the Christian brothers convincingly. And heading into the Union County Championship, which we won all 3 years I was here, we had a lot of momentum. So we headed into that meet with a lot of momentum, and we captured the 4th county championship, sweeping the relay races, and we did win the individual race. So we won the next 2 meets afterwards, and we went undefeated on dual meets, finishing the regular season as number 1 in the state.
We had a lot of confidence going into the postseason. After our bye week, we faced JP Stevens, who we beat. After that, we faced what we knew was going to be our toughest meet of the year against BR, despite beating them earlier on in the year. With some illness around the team and an unfortunate call in the end, we fell a little short. But we redeemed ourselves with many individual and relay accomplishments at the Meet of Champions down in Gloucester, placing second in the 2 medley relay and 2 free and 4th in the 4 free relay, and also breaking 5,000 pound points.
Also, we'd like to thank our mothers who did a lot of stuff on the scene. Stand up for